Hello friends, hope you are doing great. And today in NLP class, I will be sharing you the principles of NLP. So before I detail the principles of NLP, let me briefly define again what is NLP. However, I have already defined in the previous videos as well. So in recap, let me define briefly what is NLP. Basically, NLP is an art of communication. Very simple. So, if you want to communicate according to the principles of NLP, you must have belief on the principles of NLP. Basically, there are six principles of NLP. The first one is understanding you and yourself. Why it's important? Because if you will not understand you and the others, you will be unable to synchronize your way of communication according to the other person. So the next person will be unable to comprehend your way of communication. So it's really crucial to understand yourself and other people. The next principle is building trust, building rapport. So it is also important because if the next person is not in trust with you, he will even not listen you. So it's really, really, really important to develop a rapport with the next person. So there are different NLP techniques who will able you to build a rapport with other people. Like there is really an important technique. This is called as match and mirror technique. So definitely I will be explaining in the next classes. So the third principle is believing on presuppositions. So in NLP, presuppositions are kind of beliefs that are useful in making the communication very easy. So for example, there is a presupposition that according to NLP, every person is manageable, every person is changeable. So if you will believe on this line, you will be keep struggling to change someone, and you will not simply say that this person is not changeable. So believing on presupposition, there are 12 presupposition and NLP. So I will be making a detailed video on the presuppositions as well. So the fourth principle is focusing on the feedback. So in the process of communication, if you're not focusing on the feedback, if you're communicating with someone and you're not focusing on the feedback on the of the next person, that he is understanding or not, and simply you're speaking and speaking and speaking, so you will not be able to communicate effectively because you are not entertaining the feedback from the other persons. So in this way, the fifth one is the outcome, focusing on the outcome. So if you are communicating and what is the response? So here response is the outcome. If you're not focusing on the response, whatever is the response, you will not be able to change your modality of communication. You will be unable to synchronize your way of communication to the next person. So that will be one-way communication. And the one-way communication is not always effective. So there is really, really important to focus on the feedback. What are you getting after your communication? So the last and sixth one principle is psychological flexibility. That means if you are not psychological flexible, if you're a rigid person, if you're not psychological flexible, obviously you will not do anything from the previous five principles. You will not be able to understand yourself. You will not be able to understand others. And you will not be able to synchronize, to change the modality according to the next person. So I must say the sixth principle, psychological flexibility, is the mother principle in NLP. If you are not flexible, you will be unable to execute the NLP. You will not be able to go in an expert in NLP. So very simple. If you are a flexible person, You can learn NLP, you can practice NLP, and you can even train other peoples in the art of NLP. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. But still, if you have any question, please write me in the comments box and definitely will answer. Thank you.